Welcome back to the Best Coaster of the Year weekly series. Last week, you guys voted for the Best Coaster of 1982. You selected Wiener Looping over Grizzly at Kings Dominion, Viper at Darien Lake, and Thunderbolt at Dreamworld. Let's talk about everything it defeated and why I agree, because this is totally the best coaster out of all of those. Although Grizzly is a cool ride for sure. I think it's a very solid wooden coaster. I feel like it does everything a wooden coaster should. It's got some killer laterals, I hear, like a few turns that will really break your rib cage, and that's pretty awesome. Some great airtime too, is on the woods. Great wooden coaster for Kingsman to have, unlike Hurler, which is now gone, thank goodness. And we will not speak of the other one. Also, Viper at Darien Lake tied with Thunderbolt with only 6% of the votes, so that's like 3 or 4 votes. So yeah, Viper at Darien Lake, it's one of the rougher, I feel like, aero loopers. It's the first coaster to ever have 5 inversions, so it's kind of probably on the rougher side. I'd assume. I haven't heard a lot about it because Darien Lake is so, like, kind of estranged from everything else. But I'd imagine it's a pretty average aero looper. And Thunderbolts at Dreamworld, very interesting ride. That is a Meisho double looping coaster, right? It's got some kind of iffy, weird Asian turns, some weird banking, but definitely some very intense loops, like 5 point something G's, I'm pretty sure, on those loops, I'd imagine. Very interesting rides, those last two. But, I mean, really, the battle here was between Grizzly and Wiener Looping. And Wiener Looping, which is now called Boat Solid Magico, so you guys voted under that name. I would definitely prefer this. I mean, it's got the looper on the station. It actually hauls through that loop. You probably pull a bunch of G's there, too. So I'd probably prefer this, but I can see why you'd prefer Grizzly. It was pretty close, actually, so that's pretty cool. So moving on, this week you guys are voting for the best coaster of 1983. 4 coasters you can vote for include Aconcagua at Parque de la Ciudad, or however you pronounce that, in Argentina, which is a Schwarzkopf custom speed racer. Yes, that's the model name, the speed racer. I checked on Schwarzkopf CoasterNet. Very great website, check it out. Moonsault Scramble at Fuji-Q Highland, the Meisho Shuttle Loop. Dragon Mountain at Marineland, the Aero Custom Terrain Looper. And Colossus the Fire Dragon at Lagoon, the Schwarzkopf Double Looper. So you guys can vote for one of those 4 coasters with the eye on the top right corner of the video. And now for some more coasters that opened in this year. We got Alton Towers. They opened 2 coasters this year. They got Beastie and Black Hole. 2 of the earliest coasters. They opened in 1980, and these 2 opened 3 years after. The Beastie is the wacky worm that moved around. They changed its name to like something like with an apple or something, I think. And Black Hole, which was the indoor Schwarzkopf Jetstar. So that's pretty cool. And pictured there on the top right, obviously, is Cyclone at Six Flags New England, which is supposed to be a clone of the Cyclone, but you can kind of see how off it is. That thing looks really, really freaking off and weird and not like a Cyclone at all. But very interesting layout for sure. I can see why they RMC'd this. I mean, it didn't open that early. It isn't that historic. And I'm glad they did, because it was, so high up. They could do so much with this layout, so they did. And that's pretty cool. So very interesting layout to check out there. I've always loved that image. Also, Corkscrew at Flamingo Land, which is a Vekoma Bayern Curve. Corkscrew with Bayern Curve model from this year. And also Corkscrew at Rusutsu Resort, the Aero Corkscrew. So the obviously superior Corkscrew, because Aero's better than Vekoma. Or at least it was at this point, because Vekoma copied Aero, which led to their success. So part of me does not like Vekoma at all, but I love Vekoma now because of Black Coaster and whatever else is coming. All right, also this year, double loop coaster at Mangyongdae Fun Fair out in North Korea. That's a Meisho with 2 loops. Don't have a point of view of that anywhere, but we can assume it's probably like Thunderbolt at Dreamworld, which has a point of view, so you guys can check that out. I highly suggest you check out Thunderbolt at Dreamworld's point of view. It closed in 2002. Very interesting ride. Also, Ice Mountain bobsled over at Enchanted Forest in Oregon, of all places. Very weird ride. It's like a alpine coaster, but it's actually a coaster, and it's really weird. Like, I'm not saying all my coasters aren't coasters. I'm saying this is like not an alpine coaster, but it was going to be. But then they decided to enclose the trains and be really, really weird about it. And now it's a very strange ride with some cool little teaming aspects. And also Space Mountain at Tokyo Disneyland Open this year. So that's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm a little under the weather, so I sound kind of nasal. I mean, I kind of always do sound a little bit nasal, but now probably more than usual. So, but yeah. So thanks for watching. See you later.